Welcome to Week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Saints and the Texans, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the New Orleans Saints and the Houston Texans. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time, but admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Stroud looks to throw on the first play. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And Stroud now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Stroud on 3rd down now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the 9th-year starter out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap, and the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 35 on 2nd down. Carr. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. No gain at all on the play there. That brings up 4th. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Stroud here on 3rd and long. And incomplete on the deep ball. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. From the 44, Carr. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Kamara. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Carr. Got an open man. It's Olave. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Kamara. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Saints will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Houston set to take over.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
On first down, here's Stroud.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
Open man is Noah Brown. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Johnson with a completion over the middle. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Kamara running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Carr. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and
1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara.
Down to about the 45.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain of 32 that time. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get it back in form.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And that is incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A 10th carry for Kamara. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. Working with a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Now it's the backup Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. How about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Jameis to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Winston. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. From the 30 on 2nd down, Winston got a man and he hits him in stride. Now it's a bootleg with Winston.
This one swung out to Williams. And he is going to have a Saints first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
To throw, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 28 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Texans back out there and ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
On third down, here's Mills.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
No stopping Peyton Turner on that sack. He would not be denied. But, Charles, this offense just can't seem to get off the ground.
But the quarterback, he has to keep picking himself off the ground because this pass rush, they've been on him so far in a big way. 3 sacks here in the first half. He might tell his offensive line, quit helping me up and just block the guys in front of you.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And that will come the offense as they take over.
Jameis Winston and the Saints ready to go back again on offense.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Winston now to throw on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Throwing again on second down. Winston rolling to his left.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Winston. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Mills on first down.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
A handoff here to Ogunbowale.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
That's caught right side by Rodgers. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'm saying they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Winston.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one.
And the Texans will take over. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At the 33-yard line.
He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
On 2nd and 9, Mills.
That's complete. It's Collins. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Now Mills.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
They begin the drive with Williams. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Winston now. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Got a man able to find Rodgers. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On 1st and 10, Mills. He's got Jordan complete right side.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Open man there is Collins complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Man open right side. It's Rodgers. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Mills. And this one is incomplete. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Mills again.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe they can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. And they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right on the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll toss this right side to Singletary. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
Following the interception, Winston.
And this one too low.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Winston. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, he's a diminutive receiver, Charles. Not a ton of size, but still able to bring that in against double coverage.
I think that's a great job by him of understanding angles, because you mentioned his size. He's not going to go over the top of someone or body someone out of the way. He's got to make sure he creates enough space for himself by getting people into the wrong spot on defense, moving them with his body, and then showing his numbers to the quarterback to be open.
It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Winston.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
They'll throw again. Winston. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Winston.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And now out comes Houston.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mills throwing middle, and it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Here's Mills.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 72 yards.
And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line.
He'll hand this to Williams to start things out.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on 2nd down. Winston finding Williams on the check down. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Third and short yardage, Winston. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Hassan Ridgeway able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
You know, in these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at about the 14. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. To throw, Mills. He'll get this to Ogunbowale out of the backfield. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. It's taken to the 26. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Perry.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. From the gun, Winston. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Christian Kirksey. The O-line can't stop him, and he gets the sack. You can almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At the 20. Singletary to get the drive started. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw is Mills. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. Step, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mills. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Mills. And that will be incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Able to evade the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside the 5. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The former ASU Sun Devil, Eno Benjamin with it. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to it. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mills. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. This is taken at the 15. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. Back near his goal line. Here's Mills. On a slant, here's Collins. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down. A first down throw for Mills. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time, multiple guys get to it. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset. They'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every...
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Perry. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
On 2nd down, Williams. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The busy night continues for Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. Flush to his... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Finding room at midfield.
And some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Winston.
And this will be caught by Edwards.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Winston.
It's Edwards again.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Here's Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Saints have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Houston's offense taking over again. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 19-yard line.
Throwing, Mills.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mills now.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Mills to throw it.
Ogunbowale on the screen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Mills on 1st down.
That's complete. It's Collins.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Mills now from the 50. Another one caught by Collins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. 1st down, Mills.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Mills
being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Mills to the air again.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Saints will have the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
Second and 5 now. Mills. Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Open man there is Collins, complete.
And he's out right at the 25.
On 1st and 10, Mills.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Mills again.
He drops this off to Ogunbowale. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Collins. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Mills. Got a man, able to find Rodgers.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Lonnie Johnson picks it.
And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the 4th quarter.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. The tackle made by Derek Rivers. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe you move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them this one is now planted.